Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to this week's video on how to instantly up your photo game. Let's get right into it. So starting things off, tip number one, that is framing. Regardless of whether you have a subject in your photo or not, the composition of the photo depends on the framing you choose. Now to frame a subject right, you tend to want to have a grid on your camera, or you can even get one on your iPhone or Android phone. If you can't, that's okay. You're looking for thirds of the screen, not having too much headroom, not having too much on the lower end either. With this photo I'm showing you right now, I framed the subject dead center, and that's only because I had a good foreground and leading lines to shoot to him, making the composition of the photo very well. I'm not saying to never center your subject in the frame, but you should try to find different ways to put your subject in the frame and really just mix it up and try to get the best angles and framing you possibly can. Moving on to number two, we're looking at angles. Now, to have the best possible angle for your photo, try it from different sides or different angles. Just do something different than what everybody else is doing. You can either shoot your subject straight on, from the side, from the back. You got a low angle, a higher angle. There's so many different options that you can choose to go with. Now, what I personally like to do is to shoot all angles that I possibly can with the same style of shot. I like to take one from the side, head on, looking forward, that kind of thing. Really just give myself the amount of options I need to come up with the best photo possible for an end result. Now, moving on to number three, we're talking about lighting. Now, lighting is a very interesting thing. Right now, the clouds is a really nice, naturally diffused light, sunlight, and it's about 6 o'clock. The sun is kind of about right there. It's going down as we're starting to get to golden hour. Unfortunately, I'm not getting golden hour today because of all the clouds. It's okay though, because when you shoot your subject on a cloudy day, it doesn't really matter. If you're doing portrait photos, they're automatically gonna look way better because of the naturally diffused sunlight. What's really good about that is it gives it a nice, just soft touch on the lighting. Now, if you're inside and you're shooting something and you want to make it look a little bit more cinematic, this works for video as well. Shoot with the light from a window. A window naturally diffuses the light of the sun, and it just makes it look overall just super cinematic, super nice, clean and crisp shot. It is honestly, it can be the toughest thing to master with your photography and film game, but if you could just start to shoot with a little bit more in mind about the lighting that you're using, it will up your photo game, guaranteed. Moving on to the next one, we're talking about shooting through something. You always want to shoot through an object. Now, if I wanted to just take a picture of the car, sure, that's great, it's a picture. But if you go ahead and shoot through something, like say this grass right here, and take a picture of the car, it's gonna look a lot better, like this. It really adds that extra little touch to make your photos that much better. Moving on to number five, reflections. One of the most important things in photography. Now, reflections can be difficult, but if you do it right, it can really up your photo game. You know, your teachers in school always told you think outside the box. That's kind of what I'm telling you now, because using a reflection, there's so many things you can use as a reflection. Like you can take a picture of something reflecting in the car windshield, through your phone, in the car mirror, or any kind of mirror. There's so many things that are possible with reflections. It's kind of insane. Now guys, my sixth and final tip for you today is do not be afraid to take too many photos. I guarantee if you take 100 photos to get one photo, it's gonna be the photo that you didn't think looked good enough to even make your top 100 list, and that's gonna be your best one. I guarantee if you use all these tips, take as many photos as possible of a subject of whatever photo you're trying to get, give yourself the options, and something is going to work, and your photos are going to be better. The all-around composition will be better, and everything about your photography game will be much better. You can land higher paying clients. You can get those really just clean and crisp Instagram photos. I guarantee this list will make you a better photographer. So please take notes, take these into consideration, and think about them while you're shooting, and make sure you're using these 6 tips effectively and efficiently to really just up your photo game in 2020. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you have not already. We'll see you in the next video.